10th, 2021. If you haven't yet, please subscribe in all our channels: twitch.tv, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please leave a rating and a review. It will help us out tremendously. Also, visit our website, thesportscast.net, and of course, you could download our app, The Sportscast, for iOS. NBA Wednesdays. It's become a little bit of a norm on the Sportscast. We'll obviously get more deep in the future, but the season has started. There's about 8 games in, some drama. People are paying attention. And of course, join us today to talk to us a little bit about NBA, a man from the Jersey Boys Sports Talk, Victor Arocho. Welcome back.
Thank you. You know me. I'm ready. I'm a Heat shirt on.
Your Heat shirt. I've never said this on the air. I've never said this on the air, but I love your Puerto Rican jersey. One episode of the Jersey Boys Sports Talk.
My the baseball, Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rican baseball. Yeah.
The world. What was it? The World Baseball Championship.
Yeah. Which has Puerto Rico ever won it?
I think so. Yeah.
So it's been a tough week.
United States versus Puerto Rico. So I think whoever won, I was happy.
So it's been a tough week. Tell us what has happened in your life.
This is the hardest week for me. Has been, my dog of 12 years. I had 3 dogs, and this was my second one, and I mean all at the same time. So I was very close. So I'm a little grieving more than I would have. I thought I'd feel it, but I didn't think it would hit me like this. Like I'm tired grieving. Not like not just totally sad, just tired. So these things, stuff like this, hopefully keeps me going, and that's all. But let's get into the sports. People want to hear my stuff, but that
Yeah, no. It's something that I want to touch. Have some therapy session, but it's not a therapy session. It's a sports.
It's a
and I've never had a dog, but I do own Dogecoin. So just to lighten up the.
You own what?
Dogecoin.
Oh, you don't.
Have you heard of Dogecoin?
No.
It's Elon Musk's favorite cryptocurrency.
Yeah, good luck.
We'll see what happens. Anyways, the season has started, Victor. The Miami Heat are 8-1. I am quite surprised of the start. We shouldn't be surprised.
I think they lost 2 games, no?
They lost. Let me look at the standings. I have actually 3 games they lost.
Yeah, because they lost.
There's 7 and 3, but they're in first place though.
Right, they lost the other night with Jokic. Remember?
Yeah, exactly. Which is something that we want to get into it a little bit later. But you've been telling me off air that you like the Heat's performance so far at the start of the season. What have you thought so far?
Oh man, I was just talking to one of our other hosts that's going to be on our show, Joe Capraro, and we were talking about basketball a little bit. Actually, we were talking about Golden State, but the
good team as well.
Yeah, we could get into that too. But I think that how the league dynamics have changed from the 3-point shot to even big men are taking lots of 3-point shots, right?
Yeah.
They're also going deeper into their benches. So I had an interesting story about Iguodala, who played for the Heat, but look at Tyler Hero's averaging 24, 25 points off the bench. So what's happening is that the guys are realizing, that if you play well, and for particularly coaches like Kerr and Spoelstra and so forth, they're going to play you. So when you get an opportunity to be on the second team, right? When you get an opportunity to be on the second team, now you get to dominate more of your shots than if you're the 5th guy on the first team. So I'm happy with what, Spoelstra's always done that. He's gone deep in the bench. I like the way the bench play. Butler's playing some good ball. Also, I'm very happy with Lowry. Lowry, you could tell the difference. It's kind of sad to see Goran go, but you could see the massive difference in a true point guard.
You like Lowry more than Dragic?
Yeah, because Dragic, Well, I love Dragic. Don't get me wrong, because he helped us when we needed, but it's also almost like he helped us more with the scoring and like he would attack, right? He didn't. Oh man, my TV. Hold on a
It's
second.
okay. It's okay. So, guys, we're talking about the Miami Heat, the team that's doing well. Of course, there's only been 10 games this season so far, but Victor has some positive
So let me go back
grades for the
to
Heat.
Lowry and Dragic was great, but he was great at like he would come in and he would score real good off the bench and so forth. But Larry pushes the ball for assists, and that's what you need in a point guard. And he could score. I mean, he's had a triple double. You know what I mean? He's always having assists, right? And then we don't have to worry about Butler doesn't have to worry about having the ball in his hands. I still got a problem with Jimmy Butler taking 3-point shots.
Why?
Because I think it's just a dumb move. Period. The other
It's
night
more like
when we
going.
lost, the other night he took only two, and he made one of two. Why are you taking 2 3-point? If you gotta take 3-point shots, take 3-point shots. Okay, that's the bottom line. That's why I told any of my 3-point shooters, right? If they're shooting 30-40%, you better shoot at least 10. You know what I mean? Because if you're shooting 10, I'm gonna get at least 9 to 12 points out of you. And you don't necessarily got to be the superstar, but 12 points off of somebody else, 12 points off the bench, you agree is pretty good.
That's pretty good. 10 points. That's more than enough, I think.
That's my point. So, Butler, you're fantastic inside. You're fantastic attacking. Don't take a bunch of there's no reason for him to take threes. We lost games last year when go look at his 3-point percentage.
So what role should Butler play? Like
Bro
get in
should
the
be
hole more?
attack. He should always be in attack mode.
Now you're saying that he's a bad 3-point shooter? That's
Terrible.
what
Go
you're.
look at his percentage. You got a window up.
And pull it up. Jimmy Butler stats.
He's terrible.
And okay, let me see here. American basketball player
My point is,
stats.
do what you do great at. You understand? And he's not good. He's not a good three. He's never been a good 3-point shooter. But man, that guy can.
Is he a good team leader?
Yeah, he's a good team leader. He works hard. He's perfect for the Heat. He's got the work ethic. He's got the control. He's got, the only thing and he's playing NBA seasons, right? What's he shooting?
Okay, field goal percentage.
3-point shooting 31%, right?
31%. That's pretty low.
Okay, that's not that bad. It's not that bad, but you got to look at how many shots he's taking.
Shots, points. Don't know what TRB means. Oh, total rebounds, assists.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, there's more stats here. No, this is projection.
Well, no, my point being is 33% is okay, but my point, he shouldn't be taking. He doesn't take a lot of shots. So like the other day, he took 2. He made 1. That's 50%.
Something to definitely look at. Okay, so
we'll talk about that. But my point being, he said, what's he averaging? Look at his field goal. Look at his field goal percentage.
53%.
Okay, so that is fantastic.
That's fantastic.
So you're gonna tell me now go look at Tyler Heroes.
Tyler Hero. Let's look at Tyler Hero.
Look at his 53%. So 1 of every 2 shots, and I just told you he doesn't take a lot of 3-point shots. So that means he's taking a lot less. He's taking a lot more of 2-point shots, right? So the shots that he takes the most of, he's shooting 53%. The shots he's making the least of, he's shooting 33%. Why would you take those shots?
Hero's nickname is Baby Goat.
Well, yeah, baby, that's funny.
That's too much. Okay.
Last year he didn't do that well. He's making up for last year. Look at his look at those stats right there. That's some. He is shooting all over the place.
That's something Miami got right with the drafts.
Yeah, it's just Bam cute. They got Bam out of the draft. Think about it. They drafted the boys. They drafted Duncan Robinson too.
Yeah.
Come on now. They're building that team. Riley, LeBron should have never left. He's just stupid. He would have stayed
LeBron
there.
James?
He probably would have won 8 titles.
You know something? You might be right. You might be right.
Because all his complaints is bringing teams around them and doing all of this. Okay, you went to Cleveland, go to Cleveland, come back to Riley. Riley was pissed. You said you were coming down there to win 7 or 8 of them.
We should play the Lakers tonight at 10.
Oh, they're gonna smoke them. They're gonna smoke them. That's it.
Okay.
And go look at the rosters. Like, go see their depth. Like
Of the Lakers.
The Heat. I don't care about the Lakers.
Okay, let's look at the stats on the Heat. Let's see.
And nobody's talked about the Heat, by the way, all year until the season started.
They're talking about the Lakers.
So like
the Brooklyn Nets.
The goal leaders, right? Is it
I'm gonna type in Miami Heat. How about that?
Just go to the team, yeah.
And my computer is slowing down. Why is that?
Yeah, so I think that they're playing. Oh, so back what I was saying, you know how I was going to 3-ball, that they're playing deeper benches. So like Golden State. I mean, Golden State is on fire now. One guy has said, I didn't realize that their schedule was pretty weak, but Golden State's a perfect example. I mean, Steph Curry's, other than his 50-point night, those guys are averaging 27 points, 27 minutes, 23 minutes a game. That's not a lot. That means he's rotating 11 players without 2 starters.
Which is one thing that
starters.
Yeah, which is one thing that the Warriors need to not to rely on is their other starters. So okay. Here is the roster of the Heat, but doesn't say the stats.
You say minutes.
Okay, here's the stats per game or totals.
Yeah. Game. Wait, stop! You're going too fast. Games. It does say minutes, huh? Minutes. It's MP is minutes played, right? Go to MP.
Played, yeah.
Go down. You see it?
Yeah, it's minutes played. 35 minutes.
Look at that. Look
minutes played per game.
Go down. Start from 13 up. How 13. Many people?
Marcus Garrett, hold on, 3.5 minutes. Paula 3.6.
So, dude, again, remember we go back to stats that make no sense to me. Start at 13. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got 10 players that are in 13 minutes in the game, right?
That's
and
pretty
then
good.
out of the 10 players, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of his players are playing 26. The other 2 are playing 18 and 17, and the other 2 are 14 and 13. That's pretty good.
That's pretty solid. Almost everyone's getting good playing time.
Over to your left because I can't see the players.
Okay, let me make this big.
Okay, so you got Butler playing the most minutes. All right, Lowry. I still can't. You got to keep moving to the left because you're killing me. I can't see. What are you doing?
See what?
Maybe no. Hold on. Sometimes
I'm seeing fun on my end, but
no. Sometimes it's my view. I always forget about that.
Okay.
I'm good. All right. So you got Butler, Lowry, Bam. Look at Tyler. Tyler's coming off the bench and playing 31 minutes. That's a perfect example of how the game has changed. When the player comes off the bench is playing, they're leaving a hot player in and still not starting them. And the reason being is probably most of his minutes is with the second team. And when he's with the second team, he's lighting it up because he doesn't have to worry about conceding to Bam, to Butler, to Lowry. You understand? And then he's in with them also.
Let me read you. So the top minutes, of course, Butler is at 35. Kyle Lowry is at 32.6. 3. Bam is at 31. Tyler Hero at the same as Bam. Duncan Robinson 28. PJ Tucker 26. PJ Tucker. Thoughts on him with the team so far?
I like him because I think he's a playoff player. He's a lockdown. I think he's upset that that's why they crushed Milwaukee. He was mad that they traded him. I mean, he locked down the Nets. He's the one who locked those guys down. And he's not that big. He's just a tough player. I like PJ Tucker. I didn't even realize we have him until I started watching. Right? Robinson's got to pick it up, though, a little bit.
Duncan Robinson, who has 28.2 points. Then you got Markieff Morris at 18 minutes, almost 19 minutes. Player that got in trouble this past week.
Hold on a second. Something's wrong there.
Max Struss, 17.3. Dwayne Dedman, 14.3. Caleb Martin at 13 minutes per game. As Victor was explaining, A lot of these players from the bench or starting get a good amount of minutes, good rotation. Something Spoelstra is very strategic with.
Right, look at Tyler here is the most balanced with a field goal percentage of both on 3 points and 2. So his short range and his 3-point, he's deadly, right? But look at Jimmy, 53%, and look at Bam, 50%. What? That's like Bam shooting threes. You understand what I'm saying? You can't tell me
That's solid.
My point, 53% for a superstar like Butler. Stop shooting three.
He doesn't need to.
There's no reason to. We lost games because he shot a three when we needed it the most.
3 games.
No, I'm just saying in the games that I watched when he shot threes and I questioned it.
Right.
And then does it see how many 3-point attempts?
3-point attempts.
1.8 1.8 a game. Look at Hero, 7. Well, how are you gonna have 1.8 a game and then take shots when we're down? Well, are you crazy?
Were you a 3-point shooter when you played basketball?
No, we didn't. I don't even think we even had a 3-point line on our play.
I hope that lightens up your day.
But you understand what I'm saying? Think about it.
I understand. Yeah, he's no necessary to
1.8
make those attempts.
Right? 1.8. So what? So when we're down, right? If we're up and you take them, I don't really care, right? But if we're losing and you're shooting 53% from the field, there's no reason a superstar should be shooting in an area that he's not great at.
So, like, your philosophy is anyone could shoot a 3-point shot if they're good enough. Not if they're not good enough, don't even make that attempt.
No, what I'm saying to you is that when you're down, you got to take the best percentage shot that you're good at.
Right.
So if your best percentage shot is from the field, to take that shot, find that spot and take that shot. If your best percentage shot is from the 3, like Curry, he takes it from the 3. He takes it from half court.
He can take him from the 4-point line.
He can take it from a rebound and just throw it up. So you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying for him not to take it. I'm saying not to take it when we're losing.
Right. Something. Hey, that's Victor. He's passionate about the Heat. Now your Knicks is doing okay as well. Let me see the standings. I think they're in the top 4.
They are. They're doing pretty well.
No, they're at 7. So, but they're doing pretty good. What have you seen so far with the Knicks?
Well, sorry, I like the coach. It's really well. And they're playing really good defense.
Tibbs.
You know what I mean? Tibbs is good. He's a good coach, and he should never let go. And they're playing pretty good defense. And the funny part is the guy that the superstar you would have thought was supposed to be the other kid, Barrett, right? And he's playing okay, but he's not the star,
RJ Barrett, yeah, who was drafted about a couple years ago.
Yeah, first round.
Exactly.
The Wizards are impressively playing pretty well.
Wizards, Bulls, as predicted. Jordan Vargas said this team is good, obviously, with Lonzo Ball and DeRozan. So they're leading the way at number 2. Then the Wizards, Bradley Beal. The Sixers with no they do have Ben Simmons around, but I don't think he's playing as much. But they're hanging in there at the top 4.
He actually is on the court?
I don't know if he is. I don't like last time I heard he
on the court, man. The Philly fans will throw stuff at him.
Exactly. So I don't think
the Nets look terrible.
Yeah, without Kyrie, but Kyrie will probably get back.
It's not that. It's just they just look terrible with or without Kyrie. They just look, they look terrible. Did the Lakers look terrible? Think about last year; those were the teams to beat. Yes or no?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, those were the top 2 teams.
It was the talk of the entire NBA. They were going to dominate. They're going to win. They're going to do. And they
finals.
A year later, they look terrible.
Lakers are number 8.
The Heat were disappointing coming after a championship run, and now look at them rebuild again.
They're tired, but now they're rested, and they had a
young
off season.
Actually, their team's not young. They got a pretty old team.
Okay, so for the West, Warriors, which is
but we'll get into some of your notes. What happened to your notes?
Exactly. Okay, so we'll get back into the news. So this past week, there was a scuffle between Nuggets center Nikola Jokic and Markieff Morris from the Miami Heat. They had a spat in a game a couple of days ago, and then they went on social media going at each other. I saw the play,
and then the brothers went after each other.
Their brothers went after Morris, and the play was Morris pushed Jokic a little bit too rough, and then Jokic came back at him and just pushed him down really hard.
No, what Morris did was not what he should have done. Think about it. Jokic was just coming up field. You know, everybody wants to look. What Jokic did, I thought was an overreaction, and it was dangerous because everybody was like, "Oh man, it would have been better if it was in front of him." To some degree, yes. To some degree, no. Right. But my point being is that wasn't called for either. Right. But it was just a reaction because Stephen A. Smith was like, you don't understand something. These guys come from a country where, they're not scared of anything. They get bombed. They're in war all the time.
They're warriors. And he's MVP, by the way.
They live in war. They live in a war-torn country, right? So
right.
You don't do that. Think about you. You're a big guy. You're coming up the court, not expecting anything. He was just releasing on a pass and gets hit in his ribs, bro. On his right, he's a right-handed guy. That shouldn't have taken place, and that was provoked. And I think that what he did in retaliation, I think, was a little bit over the top. And then hitting somebody in the back. I mean, everyone acts like hitting someone in the back is bad, but hitting someone not expecting it is bad. I played, with Keyshawn Johnson. Oh, you got hit in the back. Let me tell you something. I ran back punts and kick returns. And sometimes I break through the hole on a kick return, and I think, oh, yeah, I got to go bang. I got hit so hard. I didn't see the guy come out. That hurt. And it was face forward. That still hurts, man. I don't care.
But Victor, they call the NBA too soft. This wasn't soft.
Yeah, but there's a difference between, no, that wasn't soft. But there was a difference between that type of play and old school that if you penetrated, the centers were taught to hard foul you, to make you second guess coming in and penetrating on my team.
The Jordan rules.
You understand? The Jordan rules were different. This was just purely basketball. Big men are there to protect the center. You were the guard, the Kingdom of Game of Thrones guard. You came up the middle, right? You got through and you beat somebody. Go ahead. Good luck. You're going to have to take a second chance. It's like a guy going across the middle of football, right? You want to hit him hard and make him think twice.
Both leagues have gone softer.
They all. What? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Both. Well, I think football has gotten, I don't know. No, it's gotten softer. Yeah.
Same level degree.
Most of it was more rules for protection of the players for concussions and stuff, but then it got very soft for the quarterbacks, and it's gotten even softer for the receivers.
Right.
Like the other day, this one guy got a penalty for a helmet to helmet, but he went to tackle the guy. He was already going low. The guy ducked his head.
Wow.
The receiver. And what are you going to do? I mean, at that point, there's no changing in that. Where the NBA is soft is like, what I do like what they're doing is they're not letting that, the trickery of Dwayne Wade, like drawing that foul. You know what I mean? The flop, I think that got out of hand. So, just the game has to evolve, right? But
and keep in mind, these players are stronger. They're faster. So keep that. I mean, I don't know if they're stronger than they were back in the 80s.
I think they're fat. I don't know about strength-wise, right? I just think they're more athletic and
more speed.
It may not be stronger strength-wise because you didn't want to run into Blambeer or Moses Malone or Charles or Barkley wasn't big. He'll hurt you. Shaq will take you out. I can give you player after player.
Dennis Rodman.
I can give you player after player.
Bill Lambier.
Yeah, that's right. Lambier. Those boys will take you out. What's his name? They were tough. Those boys were tough. You
Uh,
understand?
Hakeem, that guy was huge.
Yeah, but Hakeem wasn't like the tough guy.
Hakeem was like the best center of all time, I think.
Hakeem was good. Patrick Ewing was good. Yeah, I can't say that because then Bill Russell wasn't he a center?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. He was probably bigger.
He's the center. He's the
Charles
best
Oakley
player.
was tough.
Oakley, that's my point. Oakley was tough.
Larry Johnson.
Like John, my grandmama.
I don't know these New York players, like they were just perfect fit for the team. I thought, Larry Johnson, Charles Oakley,
and that's why they move around. They weren't trying to pick their own teams, right? They played to
no.
the piece. I just think that was, and I don't think the penalties that they gave those guys, it was like one game and this and that. It was, you shouldn't have. It's bad enough he hit him in the back, but then he hit him with the elbow. That ref, did you see the ref stick out his butt to Morris?
No, I've not.
Yeah, that guy's in trouble.
Is he?
Yeah, and then the Jokic brother was like, "Bring it, don't mess with him." Stephen A. Smith, I'm up and down with him, but he's pretty funny when he's mentioned.
I would show the video, but because of copyright,
I would not mess with the Jokic brothers. You're talking about this is those guys know. You know what it is to wake up and not know whether the store you're going to have coffee is going to get bombed.
Yeah, exactly. Look at this meme between Morris and Jokic.
Yeah.
I guess you don't see it.
Yeah, I see it, but they got Morris a lot more ripped up than they
Look at the detail. Okay, so Jokic has been disciplined by the NBA, suspended for 1 game, which is not that bad. Morris was penalized for 50 grand, and also for a flagrant two. Yeah.
There's no reason to hit a guy half court like that, though. Think about it. Everyone was saying what he did afterwards. I'm not condoning. I'm just saying to you is, why are you going after a guy who's an MVP, who's just casually bringing up the ball, throwing a pass, who's very tall, which gives you more room to hit? You understand? He's bigger. And then you go and hit him at half court.
It's not necessary. I haven't seen this physicalness in a while in the NBA.
That was just stupid. I don't know.
Not since the Malice in the Palace.
Yeah. So anyhow, just keep
that was rough. Okay, and also Jimmy Butler was also was penalized for $30,000 for attempting to escalate the altercation.
Well, he did. He was like bringing it back. Jimmy's got to defend his teammate.
And the worst part of all, we lost 113-96.
Yep.
So that is the penalty of it. Will we see this rematch again? I'm sure
we'll see the rematch again, but I think the guys will blow it off. I think they'll shake hands and they'll be like, "Look, that was stupid." Because nobody wants to. You're making millions and millions of dollars. You really don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah, exactly. And let's look at the Western Conference. I know the Warriors are first, the Nuggets are 7th, so it is a tight West.
Remember, I warned you about the Warriors last year, though.
Okay, is it too early to say, or is it okay? Warriors are a force to be reckoned with.
Go to their minutes. Do the same thing you did with the Heat. Remember?
Okay, that's gonna take me a while, but let's see.
But all right. Well, either case. But my point being is that his rotation. He's rotating 11, and he's missing Weissman and Klay Thompson.
That is which. I mean, he's been having issues.
Getting 11 players right now. And he's missing 2 starters.
I know. Is it a Kerr thing or is it Steph Curry wonders?
It's a Kerr thing. It's a Kerr thing having Steph Curry. But remember, and Draymond, and that's a homegrown team. Those guys were all drafted and developed.
I know. They had a great setup, man. Okay, so Curry averaging 33.6 minutes per game.
Look at 11 players, right?
Yeah,
11 players. He's more than 11. Remember, the Heat dropped down to 6. He's got his 12th player playing 9, his 13th player playing 7. The Heat, that was their 11th or 12th or 10th player. Look at that. Look at Curry, 33, 30, 29. Look at 28, 24, 20, 17, 15, 15. That's a lot of good. That's a good mixture of minutes.
When was the last time you saw a team with those type of minutes?
When the Heat went to championship.
Back in 2012.
When the bubble, remember, they had that deep rotation.
The bub.
Right. And Iguodala's on this team. And Iguodala was telling Kerr, I don't want to start.
Iguodala's still with the Heat, isn't he?
Huh? Iguodala's with the Warriors. He's back with the Warriors.
He's back?
Look at him. Number six. Number six.
Of course. 20.4 minutes per game. That's pretty good for him.
He doesn't want to start because he says he's the one that I learned that he said the players are understanding now being on the second team gives you the chance to not be the fourth or fifth option. Iguodala's not going to be the first or third option in the starting rotation.
Kevon Looney is still with the Warriors.
Not like him. No, but okay. Jordan Poole is playing really good ball.
He's fourth. It's not bad. Let's see. Field goal percentage 6.9. Minutes per game 28. Let's see points. Where's points per game here? 8.
Look at Hero's got a better 3-point percentage than Curry.
Yeah, not bad. So these two teams you like, could we see them in the championship game?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think Golden State's. I'm looking forward to Klay Thompson. I really like Klay Thompson.
Well, Klay Thompson comes back as the old Klay or new and improved Klay.
Well, man, when you're coming back, remember he got hurt. That team got hurt when those guys were trying to do everything. Remember
Toronto?
He was playing hard. Yeah. He got hurt. Now you're coming back and you're being able to rest. You don't have to worry about all the minutes. He's going to start, and they're going to want, that's an unselfish team. Look at the assist. Where's their assists?
Assists is AST.
Do they have the team? They don't have the team total? Yeah, they do. Team
assists per game.
Team up top.
Oh, up there. Okay, yeah.
Does it show the team assists? Average assists.
I'm looking for it.
Those guys are turning that ball is being moved around crazy.
It reminds me of the Chicago Bulls.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
no, I'm just kidding. No, they're a bit different. They don't use the triangle as much. They use some of it, but it's more pick and roll.
Look at Curry 6 to go down. Scroll down. Curry 6 to get. That's per game.
6.6 assists per game.
Mm-hmm.
Draymond Green is a little bit higher than Curry.
What's my point? I mean, they're moving the ball. Look at 5, 4. Look at all those 4 or 5 assists. That's that's 50 way. It's 50% to a double. Do you agree?
That is.
So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pretty much 7 players that are close to 50% to a double in assist category.
So you're trying to say they're the best team in the NBA?
I think right now they are, but I've also heard that the teams they played aren't that good yet. But it doesn't
matter.
It doesn't take away the fact that they're the ball is moving all the time, and what's happening is everybody's saying that Klay, Curry. What makes these guys so hard? Poole. These guys don't stand around. It's hard to cover guys that are constantly moving. It tires you out. People don't like covering them.
From the words of Bill,
you got to run. It's not like Harden is just standing still and then he makes his move. These guys keep moving. Do you ever see Curry stop running?
No, he's always on the move. Always on the move, motion, and they're fast. And they especially do it in the second half. That's what I've noticed. That they kind of move faster in the second half. They kind of hold their energy. But from the words of Bill Parcells, you are what your record says you are.
Oh my God, you've said that 15. That's so full of crap. He says that. You got to understand, a coach uses those phrases for a particular moment in time. He doesn't necessarily believe that globally.
Yeah, because you always refer back to the Giants 9-7 season.
Or refer back to the Giants when they won against the Bills and, the two Parcells teams. They weren't the best teams in football.
Yeah, well, it's very debatable. Anyways, Uh, anything else from the Warriors or the Heat? Because I want to touch on Scottie Pippen.
Go ahead.
Well, Scottie Pippen last week, his memoir is coming out, and he mentioned, well, he took some jabs at Michael. You can say maybe jabs is too strong of a word, and he said that Michael Jordan was selfish and that he retired back in '93 too last minute, like it was towards the end of the offseason. So he thought that was very selfish of Michael, and people are assuming that Pippen's doing that because of the ESPN documentary, um, and what else he said that Jordan did that documentary to overshadow LeBron James or something. So, what are your thoughts about that?
No. First of all, Jordan didn't do the
Last Dance.
documentary. He did not do the documentary to overshadow LeBron.
I
Now
don't think he would do that. Yeah.
he released it during the time, but he didn't because think about it. Jordan was playing. They knew the film was rolling for the whole year.
Yeah.
I mean,
And ESPN had that copy for a while.
He didn't care who LeBron was back then. Nobody did. So it wasn't like he built it from LeBron. Those guys knew they were being filmed all year.
Yeah. And
right?
they knew it.
They knew that it was filmed last year. They knew that they all hated Jerry Rice, whatever his name is.
Jerry Krause,
right? They all hated him. So there was no hidden agenda there. That was
and Scottie Pippen didn't want to be there because he had a bad contract.
Right. But then I find out that the owner, right, told him, don't sign this contract. You're going to be worth more money.
Wow. He told Scottie that.
I didn't know that. I remember
he told Scottie Pippen that.
I brought up to you that he got screwed on how much he got paid, and then you realized it when you saw it. And you were like, man, Victor said that.
Victor knew about this before The Last Dance came out.
I know. What I didn't know was that it is said that the owner told Pippen, please do not sign this contract. The team's going to be worth more. This team is going to be destined and you'll make more money. Pippen, unfortunately, bad advice or the fact that he grew up, and he had said, there was money things,
yeah,
he was still going to be making millions. It wasn't like,
he did it for his family.
$4 or $5 million back then. It was a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay? But also, don't you think Pippen was selfish to have that surgery at the start of the season rather during the off season?
Whatever. I don't know what goes through the guy's head, but
he did it on purpose, I heard.
And because the owner told him, because you understand, I don't renegotiate contracts.
Oh, wow.
Once it's in there, he didn't renegotiate Michael Jordan's. Michael Jordan was going to make it $5, $7, $8 million. It was until his last couple of years he made money.
I heard if Michael Jordan resigned again after the '98 season, he would have been the highest paid NBA player.
Of course. Do you know that right now he's the richest athlete in the world?
He's worth $1 billion.
Mayweather over all of them, and boxers make money, and like 6%
and golf,
and 6% of his money came from basketball.
It's unbelievable, and part of it was the Jordan line from Nike, owning the Hornets. Also,
it's everything. But the deal is, I think just Pittman, the whole background story is don't piss Jordan off. Why would you piss off Jordan when Jordan on The Last Dance said there wouldn't be Jordan without Pippen? Like the word Pippen is synonymous with Michael Jordan.
That's the thing.
Jordan said that. It wasn't like he dissed him. He just said Pippen was his guy.
Jordan needed a number two.
He needed a number two, but whether he needed it or didn't need it, he said that, I couldn't do this without Scottie. Scottie, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, is always in the same in the same
not same tier.
Huh?
Not the same tier.
Not the same tier. Jordan was saying that we're synonymous. You understand? It's Pippen and Jordan. It's Jordan and Pippen, right? And
Right.
I think just Pippen is just he's trying to sell a book, or he just wants attention, or he's just stupid, you
I
know.
mean, he said some crazy stuff. Like he called Phil Jackson racist last year.
They're just I ain't got much to say. All I know is that you know if you piss off Michael Jordan when you played against him,
It's not
don't piss
good.
him off when he's a billionaire.
That's true. That could come on, which Michael Jordan has not come out with a memoir yet.
And did you know that Scottie Pippen never gave Michael condolences about the death of his dad?
No. Oh wow. That says a
3
lot. And that
years
was back in the 90s.
after he never, and then Jordan just didn't even think about it until it came out. Then it pissed Jordan off. How do you do that?
I don't understand, man. That's crazy. It's well, those two were hanging out a couple years ago. I saw some pictures, but I guess they go off and on with each other.
Well, I just think that when the Last Dance came out, there was other players who got upset because when Michael said when he walked in the room that year, you can easily look in that year and see who was on the team. Michael said, there was like drugs here and there's drinking here, this and that, and some of those players got offended that he said that, but he didn't point out players, right?
I don't know, he didn't. But yeah, that is Last Dance drama. It feels like that movie was like it felt like all that like relived right now, but that only happened 20 years ago. So we'll see what happens. I love to see a documentary of Shaq, Kobe, and Phil, early Lakers.
Well, there's coming. Brady's coming out. They got
Oh, is
something.
he?
Well, not a documentary, but yeah, there's something coming on Brady out pretty soon.
It's probably like endorsed by Tom Brady if that's the case.
No,
Anyways,
it's Brady. It's on ESPN. They're like just saying his journey. I mean, think about how long he's played.
it's what been 50 years? I'm kidding. Um, anything else before we head into predictions?
Nope, I'm good. I'm looking forward to more basketball. I'm enjoying it. I'm really happy to see Tyler Hero. I like to see now. I want to see Duncan Robinson get back into form because you get those two guys going, it's over. Because think about it. I'm talking about two guys that are not even the top two guys on the team.
Right.
Right. Because if I have to pick the top three guys on the team, if I have to pick the order of the team, it's going to be Butler, Bam, and then Lowry.
Not bad. Yeah, I think that he got a good like really good good free agency from Lowry, and of course was the other guy PJ Tucker. So they're going to be doing well. Anyways, tonight we got one game that we can predict: Miami at the Lakers. What's going to happen there, Vic?
Heat win.
Okay, and Thursday night football. The Ravens visit the Dolphins. Who you got?
Come on. It's Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens should win that one, though. Not thinking about it. I think
I predicted it. I told everybody, don't let Belichick rebuild.
Yeah, and he is. And it's sooner than we thought.
Rebuild. And I also called it about Odell Beckham. Remember, I said it.
You think he's going to the Packers?
I don't know where he's going, but all I know where he's going, he needs to go to a quarterback that's a veteran quarterback that
Packers
that can control him.
Packers
and throw him the ball.
I think Aaron Rodgers and the Packers can do that.
Oh, I do too. And
or maybe the Rams.
What's funny is all the smack that happened with Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers and all that crap going on and he's pissed off, comes out the same year, becomes MVP, gets in trouble for the COVID crap, blah, blah, blah. Jordan Love comes in and loses the game and look bad.
He did not look good. And the promises for him, yeah.
Not look good. So, they made a mistake pissing off Aaron Rodgers.
Poll question of the day. What is your favorite icing on a vanilla cupcake? Choices are vanilla icing, chocolate icing, strawberry icing, or other?
I don't really like icing, so I like hot cupcakes.
Okay.
I like cupcakes. I like cake, and I like hot coke. Like if I had to have my birthday cake, I like Carvel ice cream. Period. That's it.
Oh,
Right?
ice cream cake. Okay.
Ice cream cake. Then I like that. But
That's good.
if I have to have a regular cake, I like it right out of the oven, steaming hot, with a glass of cold milk. So I want to be able to be almost burning my mouth and then cool it down with cold water.
I've never had that.
I don't like when you wait the cake to let it sit. No, I want it out of the oven, give it its time to whatever, and then boom, when you cut it, it's steaming. Oh, cupcake, same thing. Steaming hot, and then cold milk. You take the cup, coffee, and then you douse it with the cold milk. They ain't nothing better than that.
Would reheating it be okay?
Reheating it may be okay. You gotta be careful because you could dry it out, the moisture, right?
Are you a baker?
I know how to cook. And I can bake. Yeah, I can cook.
Vanilla icing is winning at 40%, then chocolate at 30, strawberry at 20, other, which is Victor, at 10%. So go ahead on Twitter, .com/the sportscast1
The next
vote.
post should be is what is the weight class you're in based on the desired icing?
Icing. Oh, good question. Well, we'll see what happens. Victor, tell us what's the best way to reach you and tell us about your show. What's going to happen tomorrow night?
Tomorrow, all right. Well, the best way to reach me is you can reach me on Instagram. There is
Debt-free Victor.
Debt-free Victor. We help businesses and how to minimize taxes and how to increase the common person's wealth. You can reach me at VAROCHO on Twitter.
Arocho.
Arocho on Twitter. So at Arocho on Twitter, the two probably best areas. I say Instagram because I post a lot more there, and Twitter's more for commentary.
It's more for sports.
Just for things. If you notice, I've been posting every day a Proverbs verse, right?
I love it, man. It's motivating me every day.
That's because all you got to do is read one proverb per day, and it's 30 proverbs.
Not bad. And you're gonna do it
per day. It's all about wisdom.
You're gonna do it like on repeat next month?
No, I won't do. I'll do it again, but I won't repeat it next month. Sometimes I do like what I prefer like doing is a video, like going through the proverbs and doing the video, and then adding it to be the ability to be prosperous, because it's all about a lot of it's about wisdom. So but I want to take it just so those out there, it's not that it's however you feel, but the book of Proverbs is really just a bunch of sayings of wisdom. It's not a book that goes from A to Z. It's not like the beginning, the end, the middle, it's not in any. It's not a story in an order.
No. It's kind of a book of
just jotted down wisdom.
Proverbs. Yeah. There's no order. They're all pretty much equivalent.
Yeah, some can mean one to the other, but at the end
depends
of the
on the
day,
person where you're at.
It is about wisdom and learning wisdom and how to be, to be prosperous. And I'm pretty proud that was the number one thing I taught my kids to do early on. Is I expected them to read a proverb per day, so they understood it.
That's awesome. And tell us about tomorrow's show. What are we going to expect?
Show, we're going to talk about Giants, and the Giants win. Dallas loses. I tell you, terrible. Anyways, so we're gonna be talking about that. We'll probably talk about a little bit about what else is going on around the NFL. But pretty much, the Giants are, what are we, Byron's predictions are off. We already got 3 games. And again, look at what I'm telling you, bro. Look at this Giants score. Giants could be 5-3. And with the other team and Dallas 5-4, or 5, the Giants could be 5-4, 5-3. We would be right in the mix.
I think that Bucks game on Monday is going to be tighter than the Bucks think.
Bucks against who?
The Giants. This Monday night. No, it's
Monday night,
November 22nd. So it's in 2 weeks because they have a bye week this weekend.
Nah, but it's at Tampa though.
You have no hope there.
It's no, I mean, it's not that. It's just that I think Tampa's starting to come around. The
They
players
lost against the Saints. That's the only loss that I saw was significant, and the Rams. But
they lost against the Saints. Yeah, but then the Saints lost, right?
yeah, they lost against
The Falcons.
the Falcons. Oh, God.
So like I told you, the season's has been unpredictable all year, right?
And Victor, guess what? Mike White is starting for the Jets this weekend
I know. I
over
text
Zach
Byron.
Wilson.
Byron's always got an answer. I text Byron. I go, your boy's getting benched. Remember, that was Byron's pick, QB of the year, quarterback of the year.
It's not panning out. Mike White is spoiling the party.
Mac Jones is there.
Mac Jones is doing good, man.
Mac
Doing
Jones
good. We'll see.
Who picked Mac Jones?
You did. All right. You can reach us at thesportscast.net, where you can find past shows of Victor and watch it tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. It'll be awesome. They have a fun time. And they go back and debate. Last week was really, really funny. They were going well. I was hosting it last week.
That's why. See, so if you want to come back on and host, and then let me do what I do. But if I got to do all these things and try to be nice and coordinate this stuff, it's a lot harder.
I know. When I host, I find out if you can do the moonwalk, and you said you can't because you have bad knees.
Yeah, I ain't do the moonwalk. I could dance, but I just can't do the moonwalk.
Can you do what's it called? The Saturday Night Fever dance?
No. I could dance some salsa though.
Oh, that's a whole different ball game. Whole different puppy. Anyways, thesportscast.net, at the Sportscast1 on Twitter and also on Instagram. Tomorrow night, Jersey Boys Sports Talk. My show 8 p.m. Eastern. And we'll definitely be hearing more of what's going to happen. And hey, Victor.
All right, man. Thanks.
Always a pleasure.
All right, man. This was tough for me, just so you know.
It was, but it seems like I brightened up your day. This is Sportscast. It's a therapy session.
Look at my face. Don't I look tired?
You look great right now. Maybe like minute 0, you look bad.
Huh?
I'm kidding.
I feel tired. I mean, I look tired, I think. All right. Well, God bless. And thank you for having us on. And we'll do this again.
That's right. This was your update
at a scheduled time.